So, the first ending is Germany winning World War II. In this scenario, Germany never invades the Soviet Union and more focuses on the British. They focus on Egypt and Northern Africa, and that way wouldn't have a way naval invade from the south. Eventually, they got the air and naval superiority, and after they landed, they took it over. This way, they could officially sign a peace treaty. In my opinion, Germany would probably annex the Low Countries and get northern France. They would also probably puppet Poland and gain some colonies. Now let's look at the appeasement ending. In this scenario, the Allies continue with the appeasement strategy, which is give Germany what they want, no war will start, which didn't exactly work in our timeline, but in this scenario it works, and Germany would probably annex Austria, Czechia, maybe these parts of Poland and have a Slovak puppet, and maybe even Slovenia. Moving on to the next scenario, which is when Germany wins World War II. In this scenario, Italy joins the Central Powers, opening a new front for the French. They would win the war against Russia, same as in the real timeline. Eventually, France falls and they make peace with the British. So, Germany would probably annex more of Poland, leaving the rest to Austria-Hungary, as they actually helped in this scenario. Then they would puppet the Baltic states, puppet Belarus, Ukraine, and they would probably also annex Belgium, Luxembourg, and some parts of northern France. The next one actually dates back to the Napoleonic Wars. The German Confederation was not really a country, but it worked somewhat like the Holy Roman Empire, or in modern terms, the European Union. But at this timeline, the German Confederation actually becomes a country. The goal of this new country would probably be to unite all German-speaking countries. So they would invade the Benelux and win. I'm not gonna explain how they won in this video, but let's just say they do. Eventually, they also unite with Prussia, thus uniting almost all the German-speaking lands. In this other scenario, we don't have to go that back. Napoleon wins the Napoleonic Wars, and I'm also not gonna explain that. I don't know how he could have won. But at this time, in real life, Germany was the Confederation of the Rhine. And in this scenario, well, Germany is the Confederation of the Rhine under Napoleon's control, or French control, you know. Now let's date a couple years back before the Napoleonic Wars. German lands were ruled by small countries, like city-states. Most of them were a part of the Holy Roman Empire, which I mentioned before. That was kind of the European Union, somewhat like that, but let's ignore the Holy Roman Empire now. So, in this one, Germany never unites, and most of the city-states remain as a nation, with the exception of Prussia dominating the region, maybe also puppeting some of them, and overall having a lot of influence over them. In 1866, Prussia and Austria were at war. In our timeline, Prussia won and gained some lands, but in this scenario, Prussia does better and actually gets to Vienna with the help of the Italians from the south. Thus Germany gains way more land. They annex most of modern-day Czechia and most of northern Germany. Then 4 years later they get into war with France, and that unifies Germany in real life, and it's gonna do the same in our timeline. So they got all the lands they got it in our timeline. This is how the map would look. It's kind of like expanded German Empire. In this next scenario, the Soviet Union wins the Cold War and unifies Germany under the control of the communists. I don't really know how this could happen. I mean, maybe NATO never got created and the Soviets and the West made some sort of an agreement or something. I don't really know. Now this scenario is probably the best one. The whole nation of Germany subscribe to this channel. Wow, what a W scenario, am I right?